I do not relish mornings like this.
But YouTube loves cold starts. That's what we're gonna do. Brr. Get some hot juice for our cold start. I just want to see that the choke snaps shut when we hit the throttle. We? Where is it? Where is it? It don't exactly snap shut. Let's see what happens. There you go, that's all you get. I'm not going to drive it because there's no heater in this thing. I guess we'll let it come up to operating temperature. There you go. From Roach to Coach, the 66 Biscayne factory 396 matching numbers. And block car. Until the next time. Oh wait, gotta let it warm up a bit and do the kickdown, right? Maybe it won't match. Yeah, that's working. Now we'll let it warm up. Hey fellas, you remember the old 66 Biscayne here while we're out doing a cold start video. And I must admit that I have wanted one of these for a long time. Now, this is a endoscope. And there was a person who said that when I resurrected this car, that I should not have connected the fuel line to the tank without checking the tank first and doing all the debris thing. Well, I did stick an inline filter in the suction side of the pump just to be safe. So this company, Teslalong, approached me about sending me one of these things for a review. Well, since I wanted one, and these are quite spendy, I thought I'll go for that. So, we're going to try our first test here. Power button, you got to hold it down. Woo! Why? I can see things. So light dimming is here. Oops, I just took a picture. Off. High, medium, low, off. I think medium shall suffice. And the reason I wanted one of these, I bought one for 10 bucks off of eBay, but it doesn't articulate on the end, and you have to, it's just a cable with the light, and you plug it into a USB, and it's really cumbersome having a laptop around. But this one, when you turn the dial, it makes that thing do that, so you can actually do 180 and look up at the valves if you have this drop down in the cylinder. So what I'm going to do here is check to see what the inside of the gas tank looks like. This is supposed to be waterproof. I would say more water resistant, but it is not fuel proof. You've got to be careful. Oh, let's see. Mode. Video mode. Recording.
Looking pretty good. Ain't much gas in there. Alright, there's the filler neck. That's pretty cool. Change my brightness. Oops. Off high. There's the fuel laying in the bottom. You know where it is. Almost there. Looks pretty clean inside. I like it. Oh, looks like I got in the fuel. Talk about a handy little device. There's the fuel in there. Looking back at me. There I am. Hello there.
They're supposed to supply me an affiliate link if you want to buy one of these. I get a commission off of it, but I don't know that I'm going to do that. Check this down. So there you go, 66 Biscayne cold start roach to coach. Got a fairly decent clean tank on the inside. Didn't see anything unduly. Thanks to our handy dandy little test long endoscope. So until the next episode for Redneck Restorations, this old numbers matching 66 Biscayne, I'm Jeff Crenshaw. So while I stand out here in the cold, let me tell you about a couple of things that I found on this. I don't see it now, but when I first opened this and was doing some test video, that you're seeing right here, awful grainy. And they don't claim to be 1080p or anything like that, so you can't ding them on that. right now it looks pretty clear. Doesn't look grainy at all. But I will say, you listen to this. You hear that noise? That's this wheel catching.
So I didn't particularly
Like that. And it doesn't feel smooth. So these things are around the $250 price point. So I was kind of disappointed with the grainy screen and that, but you know, for what you're going to use this for, it's not intended to make YouTube videos. It's intended for you to be able to inspect the insides of things, which it does very well. I haven't tried downloading anything. Let me interject here. I have had a chance to download now, and I assumed that I would be able to just connect a USB cable to this and hook it up to the computer and download the video. Doesn't work that way. The only thing you can do with the USB is recharge it. If you want to download it, it has a micro SD card. So unless you have a micro SD card reader and you want to put this down on your computer, then you must buy a card reader. So I ended up having to spend 20 bucks to buy a card reader because I didn't have one. Well, I had one, but it doesn't work. So I had to buy one just so I could bring this to you. Oh, the things we do to make videos for you. The audio, forget it. I mean, the audio, I gotta tell you, Tesla, the audio in this thing is terrible. You remember the old GoPros? How bad the audio was on those? Well, that's what this is like. Here again, for what its design purpose is, I'm not so sure that the audio is a key factor. Not going to go through the finer points of how it works, but I will say that you should read the instructions before you try to use this thing, and in lieu of that, they don't tell you that you need to remove the card and use a card reader to download the video. They only tell you that you use the USB for charging, and that's it. So, by the way, how you like the new screen, huh? Huh? We're going through the thrift store, and there it was. 50 bucks! Huh. Color it mine! So, away with the old, in with the new, all the messes on here. Not that I don't always have a mess here, but I just got it all hooked up today. And it's working just lovely. So, I also bought a new computer because of the issues that I was having for years with Corel Video Studio. Well, this is 2018, which on the other machine would just crash and crash and crash. So I set this up and I arranged my desktop the way I wanted it. Well, I was setting up 3 monitors, and we went, because I got the new computer, and we went to the thrift store and I saw that and I said, no more 3 monitors, I'm getting the big one. You can move all of these panels around wherever you want them, and what I found out is when you do that, that's when this thing crashes. Now it'll constantly crash on the old one, but I've been using this and I was about ready to smash this new screen I got. Well, it's a 2007, okay? What part of redneck do you not understand? Anyway, real happy with it now. That it's just use the default layout and it won't crash. Well, it hasn't crashed on me since I switched it back to default layout. But we'll see how it goes. All right, on with the show. But I'm quite happy with it, really. Got to be the center of attention, don't you? So if I decide to put a link to where you can get one of these, it's in the description. If you don't, if you don't see a link there, that's because I decided I wasn't going to do it. Now I know there's a couple of you who's going to say I'm a sellout for getting these. I've also got another thing to do, one of those diesel heaters, which we'll get to coming up. But yeah, I wanted one of these. I don't know what's out there. I have nothing to compare to for being able to rotate the head like that at a lower price point. I do feel there are a couple of issues. They need to take care of that roll wheel, that it doesn't bind up. It's a lot looser now than what it was when I got it. Take care of the binding, take care of the grainy picture. I mean, you still see what you can see, and they don't claim 1080p. Anyway, the Teslong endoscope. I'm quite pleased with it. So until the next episode, Redneck Restorations, this old truck. I'm Jeff Bradshaw.
Oliver!